In western North Carolina are still without power, and the death toll is rising as officials say more than 200 people are dead, and more than half of those deaths were in North Carolina. The mountain town of Asheville washed away by widespread flooding.
And that's where we find Tavian Whitehurst this morning. Tavian, you talked to several people who say they could never have imagined this type of destruction we've seen.
Absolutely. So, Heather and Raya, good morning to you, and good morning to East Tennessee. Here on the other side of the mountains, frankly, I don't think anybody, both inside or outside of town, aside from maybe meteorologists like myself, kind of realized how intense this was going to be. People knew that flooding was coming, but even the most prepared of people started to feel helpless at a certain point.
You know, it's hard to kind of compare because like this was at a different level that we never could prepare for. We prepared for sandbagged and plywood and everything that we could for maybe a 19-foot. And then, you know, I heard 21 foot and I was like, I don't know how I can maybe save, but at 27, I was like, I was hoping I'd come back to a structure.
See some of those water levels rise, the more that people kind of started to have that helpless feeling. Now, Asheville has been hit by tropical storms and tropical depressions before, but this one hit just a little bit differently.
Those incidents have been horrific, but they've been isolated to certain areas of the region. This is just, you just almost can't get your head around it. It's so vast and so, every person that you talk to has been touched by this.
And speaking to the fact of how vast this all was and how all-encompassing this was, we're going to talk a little bit more about how this compares to other floods that the Asheville area has seen in the past, because people are starting to call this the Katrina of Appalachia, and it's really starting to live up to that name so far. I'll talk more about that in the next half hour, but ladies, I'll send it back to you too.
Yeah, this is just utter destruction. It's hard to wrap your mind around. All right, Tavian, thank you very much.